Linux machine feels slow, one of the first commands people run is top. But most people see numbers, and they do not see a story. This time, we will read top like a live performance dashboard. Not just what each number means, but why it changes and what to do about it. Simple enough for beginners. Deep enough for SREs and architects. Here is what we will cover. Top is a real-time system and process monitor. It gives you a machine summary and a process leaderboard at the same time. Think of it as an emergency room dashboard for your Linux machine. Vitals at the top, patient list below. Under the hood, top reads from the proc file system. The kernel exposes CPU counters, memory stats, and per process accounting through virtual files, and /prop top simply pulls these files every few seconds and renders a live view. Let us start reading section by section. The top screen has two halves. The upper half is the system summary, 5 dense lines packed with machine-level stats. The lower half is the process table, a ranked list of every running process, sorted by CPU by default. There are 5 key sections in the summary. Line 1, uptime and load average. Line 2, task counts. Line 3, CPU states. Lines 4 and 5, memory and swap. Let us zoom into each one. The first line shows the current time, how long the machine has been running, the number of logged-in users, and 3 load average numbers. Load average is like a queue at a supermarket checkout. If you have 4 checkout lanes and 3 customers, the queue is short. Load is below 1 per core. But if you have 4 lanes and 16 customers, people are waiting. Load is 4. That is 100% utilization on 4 cores. A healthy 4-core server might show load 0.5, 0.6, 0.5. An overloaded server might show 24, 21, 19. Important, high load does not always mean high CPU. Processes stuck waiting on disk, called D-state, also count toward load. So a storage bottleneck can push load sky high while CPU sits nearly idle. The tasks line counts processes by state. Running means actively using a CPU core right now. Sleeping means waiting for an event, like a network packet or a timer. Stopped means paused by a signal, usually from a debugger. And zombie means the process has finished, but its parent has not collected the exit status yet. A healthy system shows a few running and 0 zombies. 80 running and 5 zombies? Something is very wrong. The CPU line is arguably the most valuable line in all of top. It splits every second of CPU time into 8 categories. US is user space, your application code, your Java processes, your Python scripts. SY is system, kernel work like system calls, context switches, memory management. NI is nice, time spent on low-priority processes. ID is idle, the CPU doing absolutely nothing. WA is the big one for storage teams. It means the CPU is idle because it is waiting for a disk I/O operation to complete. Think of a worker standing at a loading dock, waiting for a truck that has not arrived yet. The worker is not busy, but they cannot do anything useful. High in SI are hardware and software interrupts. Network cards, timers, and packet processing trigger these. A spike usually means a network flood or a driver issue. SD is steal time, and this one matters in the cloud. It means your virtual machine asked for CPU, but the hypervisor gave it to a neighboring VM instead. It is like renting an apartment where the landlord sometimes locks your door so someone else can use your kitchen. Look at the CPU line and ask, which time slice is fat? That tells you where the bottleneck lives. Lines 4 and 5 show memory and swap. Total is the physical RAM installed. Free is truly and used memory. used is actively allocated by processes. But here is the key insight. Buff/cache is memory Linux uses to cache disk data. Think of it like a pantry in your house. The pantry is full, but that is a good thing. It means food is close when you need it. Linux aggressively fills RAM with cached disk pages because reading from RAM is thousands of times faster than reading from disk. So high-use memory is not always bad. What is bad is when swap is heavily used. Swap is an overflow area on disk. When RAM is truly full, Linux pages out memory to swap. Swap 6 GB used means the system is under memory pressure and latency is climbing. Check free-h in vimstat to understand where memory is going. Now let us dive into the process table. Each row is one process, and each column tells a different story. PID is the unique process identifier. User is the owner. PR and NI are priority and niceness. A lower nice value means higher priority. VIRT is virtual memory. Think of it as land a process has claimed on a map. It includes everything: code, data, shared libraries, and memory mapped files. A Java process might claim 2 GB of VIRT, but only use a fraction. Residential is resident memory, the actual RAM the process is physically occupying right now. This is the number you care about for capacity planning. SHR is shared memory, libraries like libc or libsol that multiple processes share. You cannot simply add up SHR for all processes because they share the same physical pages. S is the process state. R means running. S means sleeping. D means uninterruptible disk wait, which is a process stuck waiting on I/O that cannot be killed. T is stopped. Z is zombie. %CPU shows how much CPU the process used in the last sampling interval. %MEM shows its share of physical RAM. Time plus is the total CPU time consumed since the process started. Think of it like an odometer. It only goes up. Command shows the program name. Press C to see the full command line with arguments. Now let us see what happens when things go wrong. A runaway Java process at 150% CPU. A Postgres eating half the RAM. Zombies piling up. Top is not just a screen you stare at. It is interactive. You press keys, and the display changes live. Press P to sort by CPU usage. The heaviest CPU consumers jump to the top. Press M to sort by memory. Now the memory hogs lead. Press 1 to see individual CPU cores. This is critical because one core at 95% is very different from 8 cores at 15%. Press H to expand threads. A single Java process might have 200 threads. Press C to see the full command line with arguments. Press D to change the refresh delay. These keys turn top from a static display into an investigation tool. Top shows you the symptom, but specialist commands prove the cause. If you see -us or -sy, the CPU is busy. Run pidstat -u1 -p all to see which process is eating CPU every second. Run upstat -p all to see per core utilization. If you see -wa, storage is the bottleneck. Run iostat -xc to see disk utilization, queue depth, and latency. Run iotop -o to see which process is doing the I/O. If memory is under pressure, run free-h for a quick snapshot. Run vimstat 15 to watch page faults and swap activity over time. If you see D-state processes, they are stuck in uninterruptible disk wait. Run ps with stat and chan to see exactly which kernel function they are blocked in. If steal time is high, this is a cloud problem. Check your instance type, CPU credits, and placement group. You might need to resize. If you suspect the network, run ss-s for socket statistics and sar-ndev for interface throughput. The pattern is always the same. Top points, a specialist command proves, and then you fix. In the cloud, top has extra surprises. Steal time above 5%, means the hypervisor is giving your CPU cycles to neighboring VMs on the same physical host. Burstable instances like AWS T3 have CPU credits. Under sustained load, credits drain and the instance throttles down to baseline. Top will not tell you about credits. You need CloudWatch for that. Watch out for the one hot core problem. Top shows average CPU across all cores, but one core pegged at 95%, while 7 others idle at 5%, is a very different problem than all cores at 15%. Press 1 to see per core stats. In containers, group CPU limits can throttle your process even when the host has idle CPU, and top inside the container may not reflect the throttling. Let us run through 5 real scenarios. Scenario 1. A CPU-bound Java process at 150%. Highest, low ID. Next command, pidstat. Scenario 2. Storage weight. 40% WA, high load, low CPU. Next, iostat. Scenario 3. Cloud steal. 25% ST. Next, check VM sizing and credits. Scenario 4. Memory pressure. Swap 6 GB used. Buff/cache collapsed. Next, free and vimstat. Scenario 5. Zombies and dstate. Process is stuck or abandoned. Next, PS with chan and stat filters. Read top and layers. Start with load average, then tasks, then CPU states, then memory and swap, then drill into the process table. Use the next command that matches the symptom. Top is not just a screen of numbers. It is a live story about pressure building inside your Linux machine. Pressure, resource, culprit, next command. That is the mental model.